late, so
It's late.
8 o'clock. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
probably just go probably like 40 minutes or something.
What?
It's late. It's almost 9 o'clock in the hour.
Man, teach that thing, man.
All right. I pray the lesson go out in sincerity and edify, and the spirit being the lesson of Yah through Yahusha.
All right.
So this lesson, Yah putting this on my mind for about a month.
Oh yeah.
It's about the spirit of the leopard in women.
Woo. Go ahead.
I don't know.
The spirit of the leopard.
It's,
okay.
Everywhere I look up, man, I'm putting it off for a few weeks.
Right.
But every time I look up, man, I see a woman wearing leopard.
There's the leopard stuff right on the
I
pants.
see the little girl got leopard on, leopard shoes. I look back around, leopard. I'm like, yeah, oh my goodness. But it's deep, when you get into the spirit of understanding why that is, which y'all will, you get through the lesson, edify. Huh? Yeah. It's rebellion. Speak up in the Bible. It's not something that y'all takes joy in. But y'all just put it in my spirit for a while now to do a lesson. It's a very detailed lesson, so y'all should definitely leave out of when the lesson is over. Leave out, completely understanding what this is all about and how deep it is. It's gonna get real deep. It's a long lesson. And if you got any questions during the lesson, just ask me. But it's gonna, it's a deep, detailed lesson. It took a long time to put together. So first we're gonna do some history of it, and then we're gonna go into scriptures. Mainly, this is probably gonna do some background before we get into the scriptures, since it's late too. So let me pull up some of this stuff. This thing gonna start acting up. It's not even, it's just a computer. Oh, ain't that boy saying anything good? Ever. Okay, so we'll go into some history of animal print, and again, like, I will, everything works fine, but, I'm supposed to highlight some of this, got to highlight, but I'll just touch some of this. But, I'm going to give you a background of it, and, and you're really going to see how the beast is manifesting in people, how it's coming out. And you got to be careful what you put on, you know what I'm saying? And, I know y'all probably know, leopard, anything associated with leopard, it's some freaky stuff. You know what I'm saying? Leopard underwear, bikinis, it's always sexual. You go to somebody who's highly sexual house and they got a leopard throw rug and, a lot of leopard stuff. So I know y'all grew up in the 70s, so I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. It was very prominent in the 70s. So I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about, but it's still prominent even still to this day. So if you like leopard, I'm sorry, you're probably gonna be upset at me. Okay. You got demons, that's them demons. But let me see if I can do something. So I'm gonna do a brief history lesson on this. Some background. I'm supposed to highlight this. I forgot to highlight this. Recent years, I have been really paying more attention to my surroundings, more specifically the design of my surroundings. I have been consumed by colors and lines. I'm really supposed to highlight this. He is, read on down, primitive women and men use the skins for warmth and protection. Maybe when one of these is dead, I should have highlighted this. Got mouse. I'm just gonna give a brief one on this because I forgot to highlight it. I don't want to go back and read. But you can see, you know what I'm saying, throughout history for the last, it started in around the 50s of this leopard print, and you can see throughout the years, you know, it's women renowned have been wearing it all over, all the time. And you know, as you see, and some males too, but it's mostly women. But when you see these particular women, you know, wearing this stuff, it brings out a certain spirit in them. It's not a spirit of humility. And that's you know, anything you eat, anything you wear is going to reflect who you are. You know, and that's what Satan knows, that a lot of people weren't taught that, you know, you got to be careful what you put on, you know, got to be careful who you have sex with, hang around. It's just the same thing about what you put on. Because you're basically putting on an unclean and a problematic covering. So, you know, as you can see, you know, Madonna, we all know Madonna, she's a very rebellious woman. There's another woman right there. And whatnot. So I'll skip that one because I didn't highlight that one. So I'll go to animal. So right there. Yeah, I highlighted this one. Alright. This is animal worship. Let's go back to animal worship. And all this stuff goes back to animal worship, and that's why they're wearing it to this day. But again, people don't understand history, so Satan can easily trick them into doing things not according to Yahweh will. Alright. Leopard is widely found in West Africa among the Ashanti people, and emphasizing the Ashanti people, Ashanti, I'm going to talk about that in a second too. Ashanti people, to be put to death, no leopard skin may be exposed to view, but I think the thing is messing up, not highlighting everything, but a stuffed leopard is worshipped. On the Gold Coast, of a leopard hunter who has killed his victim is carried. Bishmir himself, says some person, himself so as to look like a leopard and imitate its movement. So when they was killing a leopard or whatever, they would have to do a ritual thing where they would embody the behavior of the leopard as they're doing this animal ritual. In ancient Egypt, the first known cat-headed deity was Mephdek. During the first dynasty, she was regarded as protector of the pharaoh chambers against snakes, scorpions. She was often depicted with a head of a leopard. In Egypt, they mummified small cats. This thing is not. Satan. This thing is y'all rebuke Satan. It's not doing right. So I'll summarize it for you. So in Egypt, they were big on cat worship, and they mummified hundreds of thousands of cats during that time, and they offered them to the gods and whatnot. In Mesoamerica, the jaguar was revered as a symbol of fertility and worshiping among the Aztec, Maya, and Olmec, and had an important role in shamanism. And the women would pray to these cat goddesses for fertility things, and they would wear charms around their neck of the fertility cat god to, if they were barren, to get pregnant or whatever. So, you know, they were really deep into this cat worship, and it's still to this day. And like I was saying about the Ashanti, that brought to my memory that there's this singer, y'all probably familiar with her, named Ashanti. I don't know if y'all are familiar with her. She was with a group called Murder Inc.
Never heard of it.
Murder Inc. Oh my goodness. Okay. But she was a well-known personality.
I heard the name, but I don't know what kind of music.
Singing, sexual music, stuff like that. Alright. Man, this thing's really messing up. I'm gonna have to use my computer tomorrow or something. One at a time then. It's not open. Alright. Ashanti. This is Ashanti. You can see this is Ashanti, and we was talking about the Ashanti tribe. Now you can see in her inner coat she's wearing panther. Now this woman wears a lot of leopard. I mean, she wears a lot of leopard, and and that's the spirit. And this woman, she's probably oblivious to where her name comes from, origins and stuff like that. But that's the thing, when you put stuff on you, it's gonna come with stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if you missed out Satan, Satan gonna pick up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter, and that's why
You missed out Satan.
it's still gonna pick up. You still gonna get somebody answering, even with ignorance. So even though she might be in ignorance, or she just might be a witch and she know what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, nevertheless, like the most of her women who do this, they're wearing this stuff and they're really not understanding that they're making a toll-free call with Satan, and Satan is picking up, and and they having back and forth conversations without them even knowing. But I'm just showing y'all this to show y'all. She's big on the leopard. I mean, she's got a very, fetish with this stuff. Oh my goodness. Well, I might skip this until tomorrow. I'll use another way, probably get to some scriptures. Alright, well, I'll just go to some scriptures for now. I really wanted y'all to get to the background of this before I went to scriptures. Alright, now this Satan and Satan. Alright. Well, since you got understand a little bit of it. You understand a little bit of it. So we understand the concept of the lesson is that Satan once tricked a lot of women to wear this beast on them, and which manifests the spirit of this beast upon them. So we're gonna go to 1 Peter 5 and 8. I'll touch on some of the scriptures. I'll probably work on that tomorrow. See if it comes on. All right, 1 Peter 5